Tonight, I want to tell you about Miguel Romero. Everybody had a kid like Miguel in their school when they were growing up. Miguel was the kid who laughed out loud if you missed a basket in gym. He was the kid who made you second guess raising your hand in class when you knew the answer. You guys remember that kid? Miguel knew how to pitch his voice in such a way that you and your friends would hear the insult while the teacher wouldn't. Yo, what are you, a retard? And his lieutenants would laugh, and the blood would just rush from your face. Remember that ugly feeling of just feeling the blood creep from your face, you know? Just selling you out. And the teacher, Mr. Morris, would just keep right on going about the stamp act. Miguel liked to hang out in the hallways during class, and if he noticed you noticing him, then maybe he'd ask you what your problem was later on in the locker room before gym. And there's no escape in the locker room. His lieutenants knew all the exits. And everybody knew him. Everybody. I mean, the teacher, your friends, the security guards, everybody knew Miguel Romero. Yo, do you hear Miguel was in a gang fight this weekend? Yo, Miguel beat up Lewis's dad. Word, hasn't he been suspended like 5 times? Yeah. Miguel was a bad kid. And in my school, he was the bad kid. So imagine the dangerous volts of electricity that went through the air. That afternoon, he came walking right toward me. Now, he and I had never crossed paths, but I knew enough about him to cast him as a regular in my fantasies of liberating my town school from the scourge of bullies across town. You see, I had a tire swing in my backyard growing up, and every day after school, that tire swing became the embodiment of every bully that ever walked the streets in my town. And I would hit and kick that tire swing like I was an ultimate fighter, right? So Jimmy, bam, 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 and Timmy, bam, bam, Miguel Romero, bam, 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 with these fists of solid steel. Now, of course, when Miguel came walking toward me that day, those fists of solid steel turned to silly putty. Are you Brendyn? Yes. Brendyn Schneider? Your father's name is Ed Schneider? My dad? Miguel wanted to beat up me and my father? My dad's my father. My dad's Ed Schneider. He is my dad. He is my good dad. Thank you. And he hugged me. Remember the tough guy hugs in high school? You know, reach around, 2 quick passes to the back. Yo, your father is a great man. You ever need anything, you gotta let me know, okay? And he walked away. It's a good thing, too, because if he would have stuck around waiting for an answer, he would have been standing there about 8 months. The most dangerous person in our species' history, Jeffrey Dahmer, Zodiac Killer, Hitler, Child's Play. Miguel Romero just offered me protection, like the mafia. And my dad was involved. Hey, Dad? Good, come here, you can help me. My father was messing around with his TV again. This is a war that raged for decades. And the only thing that came close was the age-old sea battle with the pool filter out in the backyard. My father handed me one of the aerials of the TV and outfitted the other aerial with this long aluminum foil conical sock that stretched away from the TV toward the wall, along the wall, behind my mother's mirror, and out into the hallway. Hey, Dad, how do you know Miguel Romero? Point the foil toward the kitchen. Dad, Miguel Romero, how do you know him? I never heard of him. Wait, Miguel in my catechism class? Both my parents taught religious education in my church growing up. And my friends and I, when we were in class, we just figured figured that Mikkel was up at the Speedy Mart parking lot drinking Crazy Horse with his friends. Dad, Miguel has religion? Yeah, he's in my 8th grade confirmation class. I can't believe this. He came up to me before math today, patted me on the back, and said you were a great man. That's Miguel. He's a good kid. No, Dad. No, he's a bad kid. He gets suspended all the time. I'm surprised they even let him into church. And I'll never forget how serious my dad got when I said that. I never want to hear you say that again. Miguel's not a bad kid. He's a good kid surrounded by bad. There's a big difference. Dad, we got to be talking about 2 different Miguels. It's all right, though. I'm helping him through some stuff. What? What kind of stuff? That's none of your business, buddy. That's between me and Miguel. After years of watching kids get cut down by my town's most notorious, he was now receiving some kind of guidance from the same man who once told me that smoking helped him breathe better. But as time went on, I noticed a change in Miguel Romero. He traded in those evil lieutenants for clubs and sports. His clothes went from torn and baggy to the epitome of GQ smooth. He was getting the crowd going at pep rallies and teaching salsa lessons after school. He was building a reputation that was so bright, it almost eclipsed that monster from before. Almost eclipsed it. Because some of us remember. Every once in a while, I'd ask my dad just how he and Miguel were connected. And I'd always hit that same brick wall. He'd ask me how Miguel was doing, I'd tell him. He'd smile and say, "Good kid." And that would be the end of it. In my senior year of high school, Miguel joined drama. And I'll always remember the day he came walking into the auditorium. And he's giving people high fives. You know, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up?" And people are saying, "Hey, Miguel, what's up, man?" And maybe everybody else in here has collective amnesia, but not me. If he tries anything, I will cut him down or go to the hospital trying. You see, I'm not that little kid anymore. This isn't junior high. That's right. 17. That's right. And this is my world. This is my domain. One day I'm sitting on the edge of the stage and I'm studying a script. And there's a pat on my back. There's Miguel. And he's standing there with this beautiful girl. He used to sneak pretty girls into the auditorium all the time when Miss Martens wasn't looking. And they'd go hang out in the dressing rooms. Bastard. How you doing, B? I'm all right, Miguel. How you doing? Yo, this guy's father, he helped me once when I was in so much trouble and nobody else would help me. Word up. And I smiled, and she smiled. Why were we smiling? Yeah, my dad's a good guy, Miguel. I'm glad he was able to help you that time. Yo, your father is the best guy. Now the bell rings. It's the last period of the day, right? Everyone's going home. And Miguel says, "All right, later, B. Tell your father I said yo." And that's when it hit me. I didn't have to keep asking my dad what happened. I could ask Miguel. So I grabbed my book, and I grabbed my bag, my jacket, and I run up the ramp of the auditorium, and I go into the hallway, and I say, "Hey, Miguel." And he turned with this big, brilliant smile on his face. So now's my chance, right? Hey, a couple of years ago, right? What did my dad taught religion, right? So when he had you for... Now, I could hear the sound of the buses idling just outside the door. And there's the sound of sneakers sweeping on the halls, right? And the sound of lockers slamming shut. And I'm becoming conscious of just how many people are on either side of us. Just how many people are going to be hearing whatever happened between Miguel and my dad. And we have to leave, and time is running out. How do you bring that up? And who's going to hear it? And never mind, Miguel. I'll talk to you later. And he turned and he ran down the hall. I mean, how can I ask him, right? I hardly knew him. And what I did know was becoming obsolete. Now flash forward to about 5 years ago. I'm cleaning out my closet, and I come across my high school yearbook. And you know when you find your high school yearbook, you're not just going to put it aside with the other crap, right? You're going to open it up, and you're looking at the teachers, and you're looking at your friends, and then the security guards, and the pimples. And I come across a picture of Miguel. And he's standing there next to the high school. And it's a spring, bright and sunny, leafy green, just laughing with friends kind of day. And this is it's 95. So, no recession, no bills, at least for me. Just 17. High school. And I'm looking at that picture. So I pick up the phone. Hey, Dad, do you remember Miguel Romero? Never heard of him. Yeah, you did. He was in your 8th grade confirmation class. Oh, wow. Miguel Romero. Yeah, sure, I remember him. Good kid. Yeah, see, Dad, he wasn't always a good kid. In junior high, he picked on a lot of my friends. Yeah, when he first came into my class, he was a real punk. Dad, you said it was just the opposite. You said that he was a good kid, surrounded by bad, and that there was a difference. I said that? Yeah, you did. That's pretty good. This is going to sound crazy, but it's been years. But the kid I swear he was headed to be like a serial killer, straight up. But he comes out of the blue one day, finds me in the hallway, scares the crap out of me, taps me in the back, says that you're a great guy, and then completely turns his life around? What did you say to him? And my dad got real quiet on the phone. The type of quiet that has real volume to it. And after a couple of seconds, he said to me, you know, it's been years. I guess I can tell you what happened with Miguel. The kid comes into my class thinking he's hot stuff, right? He's bothering the other kids. He's mouthing off to me. I'm letting a lot of it go, but I'm watching him. First couple of classes, he's sitting with this girl. And then one night, they're on opposite ends of the room. She's trying to hide how upset she is, and he's still acting like a tough guy. Now, when you're that age, you break up over stupid stuff all the time. But something just wasn't right. So I had him stay after class. And after everyone leaves, I turn to him. So what's going on, Miguel? Nothing. What's going on with you? Look, why don't you stop wasting my time? No, you look. You think I want to be here? My mother makes me come to this. Why don't you just step off? And that's when I walk over and close the door. That class knew when I wasn't screwing around. That's not what I'm talking about, Miguel. What's going on between you and the girl? Nothing. Don't worry about it. It's none of your business. You know, you made it my business when you brought it in here. Yeah, whatever, pal. Can I go now? No. No, you can't. Look, you all right? You some kind of trouble? You need some help? What'd you say to me? I said, do you need some help? No. No, I don't need any help. I think you do. Look at me. Hey, I said look at me. She pregnant? Is she pregnant? Yeah. Yeah, she's pregnant. She's going to have a little baby. And you know what else? Her father's going to kill me. She said she's going to tell me. I swear to God he's going to kill me. You know where she lives? Yeah. Your father home? No, he don't live with us. All right. Get your coat. No way. Come on, be a man. Where's the tough guy now? Sure, that jiving and high talk when it's easy. But when the chips are down, it's no way. Can I go now? Pow. Quit your crying, get your coat, and let's go. Now first, we went to his house, talked to the mom. Next, we went to the girl's house, talked to the dad. Now, it was dicey for a little while, but both families worked it out. She had the kid, and the church helped get the child adopted. Now, I had Miguel stay after class a lot that year, but not because he was being bad. I wanted to get to know him. Rough home life boy. His dad leaves when he's really young. His mom was all right, but she was an older lady, and I don't think she left the house much. So he started hanging out with a bad element, older kids, punks. So I'm not surprised he was a bully for a little while there. And now it was my turn to be quiet on the phone. This was my dad. This is the guy that used to tell me to eat all my greens. This is the same man who, when I was 5 years old and I asked him what sex was, he said to me, I don't know. You know, Dad, you saved that kid's life. Sure I did. Well, hey, look, I helped. We can't do it all by ourselves, right? And as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me, I'd always known Miguel to be a bully, but I never once stopped to think what made him one, or what it takes to bring a person back. My name is Brendyn Schneider. Thank you very much.